right down to it, and then we'll talk about it later. First things first, get out your stake bag, put up a ridge line. Get your stakes. You'll need at least 4 stakes for this. I've laid out this tarp to show you what 2 tie-out points you're going to be using first. That will be going on the ridge line. That's the middle of the tarp here and the middle of the tarp here. If you're using prussiks, make sure and slide your prussiks over where you need them. Okay, so take your tarp, throw it over, and find those tie-out points I just showed you. If you're confused so far, it'll start making sense soon, I promise. I'm going to show you how I attach this to the ridge line. So here I have my prussik loop. All right, it stays in place when you pull it, but you can slide it where you want. Place your prussik loop through the tie-out point and just put a stick through it, just like that. And there you go. Now you'll do the same thing on the other end, through the tie-out point, stick through, pull it tight. Okay, now you can see we've got the top end nice and tight. So now from the back side of the shelter, you'll find the middle corner and pull it out like this. Take this back corner now, pull it perfectly straight out and stake it down. And you're going to be taking this stake up, so it's just to hold it temporarily while we set everything else up. Okay, so now grab your corner, stake it down. Do the same thing on the other side. So now you can see it's kind of starting to take shape here. Now we're going to go to this back side, stake this down, go to the other side, stake that down. And now you're going to take up this first stake that you put down on this back corner, and you're going to fold that. That's going to go inside the shelter. And now everything is held down nice and symmetrical. Now all you have to do is take a stick for our awning here. You can just get a long enough stick with enough weight and lean it like that if you want. Or you can, run a tie out down to the ground. Also come back in here and you have a little bit of a ground cloth there with a dry place to set your gear. Now this setup will be fine. You have 3-sided protection from the wind, and you have the awning out front to help protect you from rain. There is one more thing you can do to get you a little more room in here though, and for that we're going to go to the back side. Okay, so you have a great tent set up here and everything, but you want a little more room. If I use the setup personally, I do this. Get yourself a pole, probably waist high, so I'm going to actually cut this down. And I have a nice Y here at the top. So all we're going to be doing with this is we'll need another stake and a piece of cordage to use as a guy line. This is where having a tarp with a center tie out comes in handy. And all we're going to do is put this down here just like this and pull that nice and tight. Let me show you kind of what we got going here. We have our guy line attached to the center point of the tarp, right down to a stake in the ground. And you can adjust this in and out if you need to. If it's going to be real windy, you can do a bipod or you can do a tripod on this backside. Really, for a hasty shelter, this works just fine. Throw us a wool blanket down to sit on. There you go. So plenty of headroom. There's plenty of room to sleep in here. You kind of have 3-sided protection from the wind. And then at night, you can bring this awning down to just help retain a little more heat. Now this shelter I set up with my ridge line, belly button to waist height. You could experiment with the height on this depending on the season. It's colder right now, so I'm going to want to have this lower. This is one of my favorite tarp shelter setups, and especially now that I've got an easier way to set it up. There's nothing more frustrating than having issues setting up your shelter right when you get to camp. Anyways, I'm going to get the backpacking stove out, make myself a little coffee, some oatmeal, and then I'm going to get on with the day, guys. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I hope you're doing well.